This man, after a plane crash, drifted in the sea for 3 days and 3 nights. When he was almost losing hope, he saw an island in the distance. Quickly, he took his boat and came ashore. But the island was completely deserted. There was no sign of human life. He kept shouting, but no one responded. Then he made a large help signal on the beach with his foot so that planes passing overhead could see it. After this, he used his boat to make a temporary shelter on the beach and, exhausted, decided to plan something for the next day. The next morning, he saw that the help signal he made yesterday had been erased by the waves. He immediately took some dry wood and created a new, larger signal on a high and safe spot on the beach. Then, some courier packages arrived at the beach via the sea route. Tom picked up all the packages, thinking they might come in handy. Something fell near him and startled him. When he looked, he found it was a coconut. He collected more coconuts because he hadn't eaten anything the whole day. He tried to break the coconut by hitting it against a stone, but it was difficult. The coconut wouldn't break. Then, he tried again with a stone, but it broke. In the end, he started to cut the coconut with a broken stone, and after much effort, the coconut finally broke. He learned and made a small hole in the coconut with the stone. He lifted the coconut, drank the sweet water, and felt very happy. After drinking the water, he made a bag and a stick and started looking around, hoping to find some help. While climbing, his foot got cut by a stone, and a lot of blood flowed out. He tore a piece of his pants to make a bandage and tied some grass and herbs in the sock to tie around both legs. As he was doing all this, the evening arrived. That night, as he lay in his shelter, he felt very lonely and sad. But the photo of his wife was his only solace. Days passed, but no help came. Slowly, he began to adjust to the life there. Every morning, he drank water from the drops of leaves. He used coconut shells to store water. He used the sand as a bathroom and covered it with his feet so that the smell wouldn't spread. When he felt hungry, he would go fishing in the sea. But sometimes, despite his hard work, he wouldn't catch anything. Then, one night, when he couldn't sleep, he went for a walk on the beach. That's when he saw a light in the sea. He immediately realized that it was the light of a ship. He got excited and started shouting loudly. When there was no response from the ship, he started waving the light forcefully so that the people on the ship could see him. But in the vast sea, his small light was barely visible. In hope of rescue, he took his small boat. He made a temporary cap by tying the elastic from his underwear to his head and got into the boat to try and reach the ship. He paddled with all his strength. Big waves kept stopping his boat. From morning until noon, he only managed to cover 100 meters. Still, he didn't give up and kept paddling. Eventually, a large wave capsized his boat, and his leg hit a rock, causing him to scream in pain. Injured, he dragged his boat back to the island, and just when things couldn't get worse, a storm hit and heavy rain began. He quickly covered the courier packages with his boat. There was no shelter, and his leg was injured, so he went to a corner of the island. He checked the surroundings with the light and entered the cave, thinking it was safe. Luckily, there was a spring there. He was extremely thirsty and bent down to drink the water. It was dirty water, but he was too thirsty. As he drank, he fell asleep right there. He forgot to turn off the light. The next morning, when he woke up, the light was dead, and the infection in his leg had worsened. If he didn't treat it soon, his leg would be ruined. He began to open the packages. The first package contained skating shoes, which seemed useful because of their blades. The second package had a volleyball. The third one contained a lady's skirt, but he found the black net of the skirt useful. The remaining packages had cassette tapes and a useless contract paper. The last package had a symbol of angel wings on it. He saw this as a symbol of hope and kept it. He made a bed for himself using the cardboard. He used the skating shoes to cut the fabric and bandaged his wound with the shoelaces. The shoes made it easier to break coconuts and cut wood. He also caught a large crab, which made him very happy since he had been hungry for days. But eating the raw crab was difficult for him. He made a fishing net from the skirt's net and caught a small fish. While eating the fish, he realized that the raw food didn't taste good, so he started rubbing wood to make fire. He used paper as fuel. He tried hard, but he got tired and rested. While resting, he ate more coconut. As he ate, a new idea came to his mind. He tried rubbing coconut shells back and forth. This caused friction, but his hands got cut in the process. Another injury occurred. He was fighting for survival every day. In frustration, he screamed and started kicking. He threw the volleyball in anger. After releasing his emotions, he calmed down and bandaged his hands while thinking of new ways to start fire. The volleyball, which had his blood on it, became his companion. He gave it a face and named it Wilson. Wilson became his friend. Motivated by Wilson, he began trying to start the fire again. After much effort, sparks began to appear. Then he saw that the fire was dying due to the lack of wind. He made a hole in the ground, placed wood in it, rubbed it hard, and blew air into it. Finally, the fire started. His happiness knew no bounds. That night, he made a huge fire on the beach to send a rescue signal. Now, he felt there was hope to survive. He roasted seafood, and after many days, finally ate cooked food. He spoke to Wilson every day and drew his wife's photo on the rock to keep himself motivated. Time passed quickly. For years went by without him realizing it. He had gone from being a heavy, muscular man to a skeleton. No one knew how he survived those 4 years. He lived like a living corpse. The good thing was that he had become quite skilled at fishing. Sometimes, he thought about escaping the jungle, but the merciless waves of the sea shattered his resolve. One day, while searching for food in the sea, he found a piece of metal. Seeing something new made him very happy. He placed the metal piece on the beach and sat with Wilson to look at it. Slowly, an idea came to his mind. It was lightweight, foldable, and indestructible. It was perfect for making a sail. He immediately got to work. He connected his old skating shoes to the wood to make an X and started a fire under a large tree to dry the wood quickly. Then, he started cutting small shrubs to make ropes. He peeled off their bark and, without eating or drinking, kept making the ropes. He thought to himself, if he didn't leave now, he might never get the chance again. He cut down all the small trees in the jungle. He even used old videotapes to make ropes. When he returned to his cave, he felt very sad. He realized that traveling in the sea was very dangerous. It might be impossible to return alive. That's when he felt Wilson was mocking his weakness. In anger, he threw Wilson out of the cave. But the next moment, he regretted it and ran to find him. Wilson had become his best friend over the past 4 years. To make up for his mistake, he fixed Wilson's face again. A few days later, he completed the raft. He placed the winged parcel box on it, took Wilson along, and set off on a windy day, starting a journey toward a new life. As he sailed the raft, he passed one wave after another. Whenever a big wave came, he would open the iron sheet sail. The raft proved to be very strong. With the help of the wind, he managed to pass the big waves and reached a calm sea. As he moved further away, he kept looking back at the place where he spent 4 years. Beneath the evening sun, new hope stirred. In his heart, whenever he felt hungry, he would catch fish in the sea. When thirsty, he would collect rainwater to drink. At night, a big whale would swim around his raft as if guarding him. But things didn't always go well. One night, a strong storm came, and the sail flew away. He held tightly to the raft so it wouldn't fly away. The next day, the whale spat water, bringing him to his senses. But when he woke up, he saw that Wilson was gone. He went crazy, shouting. Fortunately, Wilson wasn't far away. He jumped into the water immediately, tied the raft to himself, and started swimming towards Wilson. But the rope was too short, and he was too tired to do anything. Wilson moved further away. In that moment, he felt like he lost everything. The last thread of hope was gone. He let everything go, lay on the raft, and drifted in the sea without any destination. Time passed, and he didn't know how long it had been. Suddenly, one day, he heard the sound of a ship's engine. He immediately waved his hand to signal for help. The ship's crew saw him. After 1,500 days, he was rescued.